Hello, hi there. Welcome to Guiding Voice podcast series, The Guiding Voice for a Better Future. This podcast is to help students and young professionals to shape their careers. Dear listeners, in every episode, we interact with industry experts, global leaders, or academicians or coaches to drive some insightful conversations that will help our audience learn great things. Thank you for tuning in. This is Naveen, and I'm with my co-host Sudhakar. So folks, the role of digital marketing is becoming very, very important in today's world because everybody is having an application which is popularly known as app or a website or a portal in order to support their businesses. And digital marketing will help garner new traffic, leads, and also generate sales for any businesses by reaching for people that are looking for the products and services offered by various industries. So given the popularity of digital marketing, in today's episode, we are going to cover the basics of digital marketing. And we are pleased to welcome Janaki to our show today to share her insights on this intriguing topic.
Janaki Pendyala is currently handling digital marketing and e-commerce in Priya Foods, a serial entrepreneur who is looking for challenges in digital space. Janaki founded a couple of applications or apps. Initially, she founded HappyWeddings, a platform to enable users to plan, evaluate, and book wedding planners. She also founded NetAdwise Solutions, a holistic digital marketing company focused on search marketing, user-centric design, and customer satisfaction. On the academic side, Janaki holds an Executive MBA from IIM Bangalore. Janaki, welcome to our show. Let us start our episode to know more about this intriguing topic on currently trending digital marketing.
Thank you, Sudhakar, and thank you, Naveen, for having me on this interesting discussion or having me on TGV platform. Thanks a lot.
Janaki, can we talk a little bit about your career journey and also why and how did you get into this challenging and interesting digital marketing and e-commerce space?
Yeah, well, my journey into digital and e-commerce is not a planned one, Sudhakar. It's more accidental, I would say. I aspired to be a civil servant when I started my career. I planned my entire academics accordingly. Even after 10th standard, I started planning my subjects accordingly. But when I exhausted all my attempts, I was clueless about my next steps. But then, fortunately, one of my family friends referred me to my first boss for a content writing assignment in an offshore service company. Hyderabad had initially, they were not software companies, actually pure coding and all. They were doing a lot of work for clients in US and UK. They're called offshore centers. So I was introduced to one such company, and then I had my boss who was actually a graduate from IIM Lucknow. So he introduced me to this digital marketing sucker. That's how he actually referred a couple of free resources on Google, and then from there it was all self-learning, and then here I am today. That's how it was.
Okay, someone's loss is someone's gain. It is civil services loss and IT industry's gain, I would say, Janaki.
Yeah, maybe I'm not destined to, probably, but that's how it was. So anyway, I'm enjoying my career, no regrets looking back.
Yeah, they say, right? When you get into a wrong train, it takes you to the right destination.
Yeah, probably.
So Janaki, as a professional experiencing both traditional and digital marketing in your current assignment, what would you say are the primary differences between both of them?
Yeah, there could be many, Dakar, but fundamentally traditional and digital marketing would differ with respect to target audience and reach. Traditional marketing is only push marketing, I would say, whereas digital is both push and pull marketing. From the time marketing was introduced, it is a lot of push marketing. Like whether anyone listens to it or understands it, people keep bombarding all these hoardings, ads and all that stuff. So more of push. Like, for example, imagine putting up a hoarding on a busy junction. It captures the attention of all those who pass through that junction. But the same ad, when put up on a Google property or a Facebook, it has reached to precisely who are interested to listen to you. Those prospects who are looking for you, for your kind of business. So there's a lot of targeted approach in digital marketing. You have that convenience in digital marketing. And fundamentally, customer engagement is one difference we can say. When I said push, you don't know whether the person is actually interested to engage with you. So here, customer engagement is the core of digital. We know what happened to our ad. We know how many people actually interacted with the ad, whether they liked it, disliked it, or they commented or whatever. So it is all, the customer engagement can be monitored and measured in digital marketing. It offers actually immense scope to attract and engage, whereas traditional still remains more of that pushy, passive, one-sided approach.
That's a cool example I loved about the hoarding and also the stuff.
Initially, when I started my NetAdwise, my own company, there were very few people who understood the importance of going online, first of all, taking their business online. And second, even after going online, this is you have to promote your business online. It's not like you put up a website and then you imagine everybody looks at it and comes to you. I would usually give this example of, again, this hoarding. Imagine, you put up a hoarding next to your house or around the corner, a lane, in the same lane. How many people would know that you have a hoarding there? How many people would look at it? You will get it nicely done with the best content, best material and everything. It looks glossy, nice. But how many people would know that there is a hoarding over there if you're putting it next to your door? Imagine the same ad, the same hoarding, if it is put up in a busy junction. So that's how it is marketing, You have to take it to the people who are looking at you. You have to connect to the people where people are ready to listen, where people are ready to see you. That's again my favorite analogy too.
Wonderful example.
Yeah.
And, in the digital marketing, it's more about targeted and focused.
Yeah.
By connecting the demand to supply.
Absolutely.
Thanks for that insight. That's pretty cool. And can you talk a little bit about the history or evolution of digital marketing?
That's a very routine question, but I never thought actually about this before this question is put to me. I think a few milestones, if you look at again Google, you'll find a few milestones like 1994 to 96. It was the period when personal computing has started. Email has actually started. In the year 1994 again, the first clickable banner appeared on Hotwired website owned by AT&T. The clickable banner, that is the kind of first digital ad that got onto the website. And then 94 had again seen the launch of Yahoo, Amazon, big internet giants, which had actually brought the great shift in the minds of people, how they think, how they transact, how they communicate. All this actually laid the foundation, for people to hook on to the internet. And of course, the great Google was launched in 1998. That, it's a kind of a watershed, I would say, before and after Google kind of internet. So again, people had this opportunity to launch businesses on Google and all. So that's when probably things have actually picked up in terms of advertising. You give the platform to people to launch businesses, you give the visibility. So that today 10 people have looked at you. So you're curious enough to understand what should I do to attract 1,000 people. So that is the curiosity actually ignited by Google. And then it clicked actually, 10 became 1,000, 1,000 became 10,000, and exponential growth for every business. So that's how they created the visibility, promoted, and also created a lot of great brands actually.
Yeah, I think that's a great glimpse into the history. And given the potential that digital marketing has in order to turn around the businesses and all, can you share a few instances where digital marketing has turned around a business or an enterprise, maybe from your own journey or something in general?
Yeah, there are several instances, Sudhakar, but I prefer to share my own experience of this HappyWeddings, which happened to be in 2012. A startup which is we were into platform model, marketplace model, where the customers could connect with vendors, wedding service vendors. These are all curated vendors. We didn't spend a rupee on the promotions. paid. Everything, every campaign we had was like email campaign, Google search, and everything was organic. So that actually put us on top of a couple of well-known established businesses in the wedding domain. For about 3 years, we were getting leads, maybe 200 to 250 qualified leads a month for all these vendors. From that, more than 1,000 inquiries, both from customers and the vendors themselves. Because we didn't promote vendors, vendors were actually curious enough to know how we wanted to engage with them and what would help them to be featured on HappyWeddings. So it was great. I think that was one of the finest examples of bootstrapping a business online. You can do wonders with content marketing, appropriate contextually, creating ads, connecting to people, and especially most importantly, giving them what they're looking for. That's the best way you can actually gain the mind share of the prospect. That's how I would say HappyWeddings is the best example of launching a business, taking it to the next level actually.
That's an amazing experience sharing, Janaki. While you are in midst of this overall e-commerce or digital side of it, who do you think should be pursuing digital marketing as a profession? Who will be the right people that can dream about being part of this digital journey?
It's not one segment. Fast forward, if you see, digital marketing will not be a choice anymore. Everyone in the organization should be familiar with digital marketing. It becomes actually imperative for anyone in the business to get familiar with what digital marketing is and how to align their function with it. Unless this holistic thought process is synced into the minds of the employees, businesses cannot actually scale up. You take any domain, there's nothing like only brick and mortar today. I'm so surprised in some of the segments like kitchen equipment, something like a simple stove, that also you have a portal for that where you can actually choose this kind of 3-burner, 4-burner stoves and all. Wow, getting so creative these days. They want to put up everything online. Whatever you are searching, it is there online. So how can somebody say that, okay, you are suitable for this digital marketing? I don't think so. Everyone, the finance people, the operations people, the supply chain, logistics, everybody should understand the functioning of digital marketing. Basically, how you are getting the customer, where your customer is, how you want to interact with the customer, what is the outcome of the entire thing. How is it impacting the business? Once you understand this whole scenario, it becomes actually easy for everybody in the organization to support the business. Probably there's nothing like one segment, I would say, except the key stakeholders or the business promoters themselves who hire people to do that job. Everybody has to understand and align with at least the fundamental concepts of how this entire thing works on the internet.
Cool. As a follow-up, what is the future of digital marketing? You explained about staying relevant and having the understanding of the overall big picture, right? So in your viewpoint, what is the future of digital marketing?
Yeah, it's simply one sentence, future is digital. We watch businesses worldwide have started embracing digital in such an accelerated pace that I think nobody could have predicted. But for this pandemic and all, nobody could have predicted the way business are picking up the whole digital marketing, whole going online, taking the business online and everything. So I feel digital marketing will not remain the same as we see it today though. Maybe the tools and tactics, how we offset the algorithms of Google might change from time to time. In fact, whenever there is an algorithm change from Google, all the search marketeers, all the digital marketing professionals, they would love to work on how to crack that algorithm, how to bypass certain things, how to cheat the search engine. So this is all it will keep happening, it's part of the job. So I would say that tactics and tools and all these things might change from time to time as part of the evolution. The one core element is like the fundamental thinking, the change in the fundamental thinking of consumers, how they want to consume the content, how they want to do transactions on the internet will actually decide the future of the digital marketing. Like we have seen this social commerce, how social commerce is changing the digital landscape in the past 2 years or 3 years. Okay. There is like you have seen Facebook coming up with the shop button, Instagram, everybody, all these social channels are making them shop ready channels. And there's one more in a segment of this social commerce, like the referral commerce, or the actually, if I would have to say something like word of mouth marketing, which is online. Like today we buy something, we are excited about it, we talk to our friends, maybe not intentionally, but probably would like to share that, okay, I bought this, it was nice. I don't think people are really actually doing this, but when the product or the service is too good, they would love to share their experience with friends and family. The same thing when translated to online, again, that is also kind of social commerce within the close family groups, friends groups, that happens on the WhatsApp, that happens on the different chat platforms. All this actually could be a vital part of the future digital marketing. So then probably we have to think how to promote a business on these platforms, how to make it more relevant and contextual for the customer and convenient for the customer to buy from these social commerce platforms and all. So I see basically personalization and relevance as the future of digital marketing.
Interesting insights so far. And Janaki, given that digital marketing will be core for the success of any business and all, how can someone learn digital marketing and pursue career?
Honestly, Sudhakar, you can choose to spend tons of money to earn a certificate on any of the branded edutech platforms available today, or simply begin with a self-paced learning program from any such platforms available. It's a choice anybody would want to take at a personal level. But choices remain far and wide. Like you have branded certificates and all by lots of universities, and so much collaboration is happening between international universities and national universities. So people are able to access MIT courses, Harvard courses. So it was not possible probably 10 years ago. Now it is possible. So but then they doesn't come for free of cost. It's a personal choice. For digital marketing, actually you have a choice to learn from self-paced learning programs that are still available today on all of these popular marketplaces and platforms. And you have several authority sites like Moz. It was called SEO Moz some time back, maybe 10 years ago it was SEO Moz. Now it is just Moz. They give plenty of information from zero, from scratch. They make you understand what a search engine is, how it works, and it starts from ground zero. And anybody for that matter, I think curiosity is the key to excel in any mode of learning. Whether you go to a college or you spend time on the self-paced learning program, or you choose to go with a paid version of it, it basically depends on how much curious you are to understand the depths of the subject. You have to, at least in the digital marketing area, you have to be curious enough to keep questioning the established theories. Even now, even today, even as I'm speaking this, we don't have any standard manuals, as in like software manuals from Oracle or all these, You have standard versions which keep changing from time to time. But fortunately or unfortunately, we don't have any such standards in digital marketing. So, you have to keep working on those concepts, and then trial and error, you keep trying new things, learn from those mistakes, implement for another client or for your own website. But the key is, in the job market, no employer will benefit with the conceptual knowledge you gain from a certificate or from a program. It's all about the implementation experience that matters. What have you done in the first year? What have you done in the second year? How many projects have you implemented? What is the success ratio? How could you do that? What are the tactics you have used? So these are the typical questions that you face from an employer. Okay, they don't ask you like if you have done it from MIT or from any other branded institute. No, that doesn't matter at all. What matters is what is the achievement. How many leads you have generated from an email campaign, how many visitors you have bought from a particular organic campaign, what are the conversions, how did it convert, what are the tactics you have used. So all this, if you are able to explain, that is incredible. Any employer would love to listen and give importance to. So simply said, anybody who does this executional exercise, who have actually implemented and come up with learnings and again, come up with those kind of iterations and all, is already 10 steps forward from the typical certificate holder. So learning digital marketing is super easy. I sincerely believe that even today, Google can be your source, initial source. Start from there, take a website. If not anybody, start your own domain or help a friend or somebody you know. Start experimenting, see where it leads and then come up with the learnings. That's how you grow probably.
Yeah, great tip. So merely having a certificate might not help, but one has to make their hands dirty and get involved.
Absolutely.
That's really cool. And one last question for today's interview. What are your tips for the students and young professionals that are aspiring to make big in their careers?
One simple thing, please don't take shortcuts. Be it in life or be it in career, don't take shortcuts. Whatever you choose to do, give your 100% from day one. I repeat, day one. Time is just like, it passes, it flies away. And learn to say yes when you are offered an opportunity to talk, to learn, to do a task or anything for that matter. If somebody has offered you something, an opportunity, immediately grab that. Even if it is not related to your domain, even when you're not prepared, go ahead. Just say yes, learn, and then do it. Okay. Because at the end of the day, as someone said, courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyway. We have to live such a life. Anybody for that matter, even for me, moving out of that comfort zone is always difficult. If I have to start early morning routine, probably I'm procrastinating for the past 1 year. I didn't begin that routine yet. I know it is super easy once you start it. But I don't have that, okay, can I do it? Will I be able to stick to it? You need to have that courage, that guts. Okay, chalo, let's do it. Okay, whatever may be the consequence. You have to have that attitude. We're all scared to do new things. Almost always, but do it. That's how we are growing. Otherwise, it is just we are just a rock or some. You say that stagnant water kind of a thing. We have to keep flowing. That's it.
That's an amazing summary on cool tips to students and young professionals, Janaki.
Thank you so much again, Sudhakar, for patiently listening to me and. Naveen, you guys giving me this opportunity to talk to young people. I always love to mentor, help them with the options, clear out a little confusions they have around simplest things like what if I do this, what if that goes wrong. This kind of situations, probably they need to speak out to people who are actually doing the job. So I'm always open to such kind of a situation where somebody needs to discuss, somebody needs to just talk. That's it.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. And thanks for offering the help. We'll definitely publish your LinkedIn profile in the show notes and our audience can refer to it. And in case if anybody is looking for mentors within the digital marketing space, we have an expert speaker, Janaki, on our show. And definitely you guys can reach out to her. Please refer to the show notes, guys. So thank you so much, Janaki, for your time. Yeah, so it is great to converse with you and thanks for covering the basics of digital marketing. And I'm sure our listeners will immensely get benefited and inspired from this conversation.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Dear listeners, to know more about our speaker and the content, refer to the show notes and visit or follow us on social media. We are available on LinkedIn, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, Pinterest, and also on YouTube. Just search for The Guiding Voice. And then follow, like, subscribe to us, and also share within your network. In addition, please feel free to email us. That is THEGUIDINGVOICE, 4 as a digit, U as a letter, at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on India number 9494587187. Again, it is India number 9494587187, and we will be happy to collaborate with you.
Hey, Sudhakar, I think we have to talk about this exciting opportunity of featuring our audience in this show.
Sure, Naveen. So guys, of late, we have been receiving a lot of career guidance related questions from our regular listeners through YouTube, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, or email. And on one-on-one basis, we are responding to each one of them. Now, we are pleased to open up a new mode of interacting with you all while providing a chance to broadcast yourself. If you have any question related to education, career guidance, or specific IT function, just send your voice message through speakpipe.com/theguidingvoice. We will play your question in your voice along with the answer either from us or from our expert panel in our future episodes. Hope you will utilize this wonderful opportunity.
Alright, so it brings us to the trivia segment of today's episode. And today's trivia is about self-driving cars. So the moment we speak about self-driving cars, probably some of the companies like Uber, Google, or Tesla come to our mind. But guys, do you know? Samsung, which is one of the major electronics and appliances companies, is also making a big push into the self-driving car market. In May 2017, Samsung was given permission to carry out trials of a self-driving car in South Korea, and it also happened in the United States as well. So we'll have to wait for another few years to see their cars in the market. Interesting, isn't it? Thank you for listening. There is more in store, folks. Stay tuned. Have a wonderful time. Take care. Be safe. Until next time. Bye-bye.